Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Actually, a quick response to Jim Talon's thread he just put up. He posted like 13 minutes ago, and I'm already doing a response to it. So I just want to kind of jump in on that. You know, Jim always has good thread questions. I think he's done 2 or 3 now, and this is a really good one too. Kind of funny too, a little ironic. Well, first of all, I'm sure you guys probably noticed what's playing in the background. I just did my video to Ned's 100 subscribers contest, which was most embarrassing and all that stuff. And this was one that came up that I didn't show, but Milli Vanilli, Girl You Know It's True. And since I pulled it up, I was like, I need to listen to this. I haven't checked it out in a while. So bear with me. But anyway, kind of a neat thread. It was just name some of your favorite vocalists. And I thought it was a little ironic too, because you know, I make fun of myself all the time, and a number of you have as well. And a lot of us about ourselves, because there's a ton of us that do it. But you know, you get a thread question, and someone say your top 10 this, or your top 5 this, and we end up showing like 18,000 things. And I'm definitely as guilty, if not the most guilty of it, as anybody in the DC. but Jim did this video with, you know, your favorite vocalist, and he's like, well, since it's kind of a tough thing, there's so many, you can show as many as you want. And this is like the one time I can actually narrow it down to just 2 or 3 if I had to. And so I just thought it was like, that's so figures. But, you know, those of you that have been in the DC for a while and that have known me, you would think your favorite vocalist would be something where I would, you know, have 150 albums here, you know, 50, 80 things from the 60s, 70s R&B and just kind of, you know, on and on. But this is actually the one where I can narrow it down very quick, very simple, and it takes no thought. That's why, like I said, he posted this thread 13 minutes ago, and I was ready to answer. So let me kind of jump into it. And these are probably my top 4, and I'll kind of go through really quick and explain why. And actually, I should say there's a number 3, number 2, and then there's 2 tied for number 1. I cannot say that I can't pick one over the other. And so first, number 3 spot, Wilson Pickett. Wilson is the man, without question. Now, the reason why I picked Wilson, because, you know, you have to keep in mind, especially when you start getting in the 60s and 70s R&B, I mean, you have Otis Redding, you have Marvin Gaye, you have Aretha Franklin. I mean, let's not even go into Motown. I mean, there is just a ton of stuff and fabulous vocalists that you can pick from that time period. But Wilson Pickett stands out to me because there was something a little more unique about him. That there was this underlying, not energy, but to describe it as a sound, not necessarily a feeling, but to describe the sound, there was always this underlying scratch that lied in his voice. And I always got the feeling that that scratch kind of came from the amount of soul that was coming through his vocal delivery. Almost like his voice couldn't handle the amount of soul that was coming through his music, and that's what caused that scratch. And you know, you have songs like, you know, a lot of people tend to know, like, you know, In the Midnight Hour, or 6, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and I mean, just a lot of great tracks. But I think the one that best defines what I was just trying to describe is Hey Jude, his cover of the Beatles' Hey Jude. And this is actually the album, Hey Jude. But if you go in and listen to that, even just a small portion of it, if you listen to, you know, the part in Hey Jude where they start going into the na na, I mean, everybody knows that part. Well, when he does the cover, at the part where they go into that, he goes into this belt. I mean, he's not even singing any lyrics. He's just letting out this belt that comes out. And oh my goodness, every time I hear that, as soon as that kicks in, this chill just washes over my body. And the only thing I can think of is the recording almost sounds distorted at that point in time. And all I can think of is just like, you know, I just bet the speakers and the microphone in that recording studio, when he did that, they just didn't know what to do. They just couldn't handle what was coming out of his voice at that time. And I don't know, that's the only way I can kind of put it into words. But again, if you get a chance to check it out really quick, just that little portion of the song, phenomenal. That'll tell you everything you need to know about Wilson Pickett in terms of what I was trying to describe. So he's definitely number 3 spot. Number 2 spot, which is for very similar reasons as Wilson Pickett, David Ruffin. Was originally lead singer of the Temptations, then went solo. Same thing here. Just everything that came out of this man's voice was soul, powerful soul, from just a place so deep that it's just scary to even think that you can actually hear it. You know, there's actually sound waves that could be put to it, to the soul that came out of him. And I don't know, he was the man. I mean, he was just the man for a lot of the exact same reasons I just described Wilson Pickett. So he is definitely in the 2nd spot. Now, tied for number 1, which might be kind of an odd couple, you guys might think. But first and foremost, Sam Cooke. The man, the man, the man. I've even said, you know, again, when we talk about top this and that, you know, in the DC, it's always hard to narrow it down. I can even go as far as to say I think the top recording of all time is actually, it's a tie again, but I think it's between Sam Cooke's A Change Is Gonna Come and Sam Cooke's Bring It On Home. To me, those are the 2 best recordings ever laid down on any type of recording device, without question. And I think that's pretty big for me to be able to say that. Again, because you guys who know me in the VC know narrowing something down is not an easy thing at all, much less narrowing it down to the best recorded song of all time. But anyway, Sam is just, he was the perfect combination of all things in terms of, he was the perfect combination of your Nat King Cole easy listening type of flow, if you will, as well as the energy delivery of a David Ruffin or Wilson Pickett, as well as a you know, a spiritual church, you know, more church choir type of presentation or feel, which actually is where he came from in the first place. But he just kind of took all of that and mixed it into this thing of perfection. I mean, that's really all I could say about it. And you listen to songs like Bring It On Home. I mean, he's not like jumping all over the place vocally like a lot of R&B singers do today. He's just holding smooth grooves, and yet you listen to that and go, oh my goodness. And on Bring It On Home with Lou Rawls singing that background with him, man, masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece. So Sam Cooke, without question, is in the top spot for best vocals of all time. Now, he's tied at number 1, and you guys are probably going to flip when you see this. He's tied at number 1 with Steve Perry, former frontman of Journey. I bet none of you saw that coming. But yeah, Steve Perry is the man. I mean, man, the guy's voice, the way he holds notes, the way he does the little simple note changes that, again, are not complex, are not extravagant, but just the way his voice carries it. And I really discovered about a year or so ago, maybe even a little less than that one of the reasons why I think these 2 are the best 2 vocals of all time, they are the exact same vocalists, without question. And again, if you listen to them and start to, you know, just catch their nuances and so forth, you realize Steve Perry is the white Sam Cooke, and Sam Cooke is the black Steve Perry, without question. If Steve Perry went old school R&B, he would be Sam Cooke, without question. And then vice versa, if Sam Cooke came back today and went into rock and roll or pop rock, he would be Steve Perry. He would be a front man of Journey, without question. And that may sound kind of weird, but again, just go back and listen to him, and you know, I can totally hear Perry covering all of Sam Cooke's stuff. There's just little things that they do. I don't know. It's pretty evident to me. That's all I can say. Pretty evident to me. So anyway, these 2, best 2 vocals of all time. And again, I know there's no way you guys saw that coming. Sam Cooke and Steve Perry. Best 2 vocals of all time. So Anyway, thanks, VC. As always, definitely fun to kind of share that type of stuff. Great question, Jim. And we'll see you guys soon. All right, take care.